Okay, John, I think we're live now.
All righty.
It's going to take a minute to get some people in here. So we'll just go through the preliminaries and wait and see what happens here in a minute. Everybody's welcome here. I tell everybody that. I want you to sub, like, comment. My PayPal may be somewhere in the chat. I don't know. But tonight's a special edition of Deplorable Bobby. Normally I don't go live on Monday nights. But there's so much information out there that I thought tonight would be a good night to bring on my dear friend, Fight and Defend. He's another deep diver. He looks into things that most people would overlook. So we're going to take this on tonight, and we're going to go and take the blinders off. We're going to pull our heads out of the sand.
Mm-hmm.
And what we're going to do is we're going to tell the truth. And if you don't want the truth, then you're going to be let down. Because tonight we're going to tell you stuff that we can back up with documentation. We're not going to feed you a bunch of lies, but leave it up to you. You decide. Is it a conspiracy theory or is it real? And we'll do our best to convince you, I promise you, that it's real. So, John, I know you have a topic you want to start off with tonight.
We got a ton of topics. I will say this, people, I got so much information. If you're saying hi, I'm not ignoring you. I have, Bobby knows, I was literally up for 24 hours straight. The stuff is coming in so fast and furious. So we're a little wiped, and we're going to give it our best here. But the arrests are being made.
Dr. Mark Miller wants to know if you heard about the arrest of Dr. Charles Lieber from Harvard.
No, not yet. Not yet. Arrests are being made. Saudi Arabia. Now, when I was catching up.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah. When I was catching up on my Q drops, they said Saudi Arabia was going to be first and then the United States. All right. Saudi Arabia is deep into this. It involved the Clintons and Obama and all of them. I don't know if you folks have seen yet, but Saudi Arabia made massive arrests this morning. Hang on one sec. Saudi Arabia today announced the arrest of hundreds of government officials, including military and security officers, on charges involving bribery and exploiting public office. This goes all the way up to a brigadier general. 298 public officials they arrested this morning in Saudi Arabia. It is on. The hammer is dropping, people. It is good news. Finally, after
I think there's one thing we need to bring everybody up to speed on, is that this is a world effort.
Yes.
This isn't just something that President Trump is doing. This is a world effort to bring down the dreaded cabal.
Yep.
So hang with us. We're going to bring you the stories. We're going to tell you the facts. And you tell me what you think. So tonight it's going to be just about that. We're going to bring you facts and then you decide. Yep. So go ahead, John.
All right. Basically, the ones that 298 people that have been arrested, bribery, embezzlement, abuse of power, involving a total of $101 million that they embezzled between them. And our people are involved with this. So Saudi Arabia was taken down this morning. So that means the hammer is dropping next in the United States. And it's going to drop hard. I've been saying to people, Trump, everybody's in freak out mode about calling down an emergency, all this stuff. Please, I'm telling you right now, just chill out, relax. They're not coming for you. They're not coming for your guns. They know who they're going after. Okay. I've done this before. And when I was going for a target, I didn't go to the next neighbor's house to grab their guns while I was there. You go for your target, you do what you have to do, and you get out. You move to the next one.
Right.
Everybody just hang tight. This is going to be drawn out. Probably
Don't,
3.
in other words, yeah, don't make yourself a target
Right.
by going out in the street, flashing your gun,
Yeah.
trying
Don't.
to be big and bad, trying to prove that you'll protect your home. Just stay in your home, stay armed, stay prepared, but don't go out there flashing around like you're not coming here. You're not going to do this to me. You're just drawing attention to yourself.
Yeah. I highly advise don't, because they are going to take down, they're already anticipating trouble from like Antifa and stuff.
Sure.
Stay out of it, because the military is going to hit these guys hard, and they're going to hit them swift and without remorse. One thing you guys need to realize is they, let's say they bent the rules a little bit to do what they're doing to get this done. And they promise that if there's any interference, it will be swift. So sit back, grab your popcorn, kick your feet up, and watch this unravel. I've been saying it. It's here. It's here. It's going down. Scuttlebutt is Oprah Winfrey's place was hit this morning down here in Boca Raton.
Yep.
For the whole pedophile trafficking ring. And they have located the tunnels underground, and they are sealing them up. Now, with all this going on, there's some things that we have to get out. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on one second. If you guys look, all the people that have the coronavirus in the United States and the people that have died, the first place where people died from the coronavirus was Washington State, not DC.
Yes, true.
Was that nursing home, correct?
Yes.
They say that those people all died of the coronavirus. How do they know? Because we did not have test kits for the coronavirus when they died. There was no test kits in the United States. How do they know they died of the coronavirus? They didn't. They just assumed. They labeled it. They are padding the numbers. Watch closely to the media. All these Hollywood elites are coming down with the coronavirus.
Yeah, they are.
Okay.
They're dropping like flies.
Exactly. They are dropping like flies. There is a reason they are dropping like flies. And would you like to explain that reason, Bobby? The adrenochrome?
Okay, well, yeah. Lord, he wants to talk about the adrenochrome deal, and I'll tell you the adrenochrome is something that I've reported on in the past. And, some people say it's a conspiracy theory. Myself, I believe the scientific facts. I believe adrenochrome is an organic substance that is secreted from the adrenal gland in times of high stress or trauma. Okay, so here's what happens. You get into a car wreck or a motorcycle wreck, say, and your leg is twisted up behind the back of your head, and your foot's right here in your face, and you don't feel any pain. You know you're hurt, but you don't feel the pain initially. That is the adrenaline that's released into your system that takes that pain away. Look, I've had 17 broken bones, and I'll tell you what, none of them hurt when it first happened. The next day, it was terrible. Third day, it was even worse. But initially, with that burst of adrenaline that came from my adrenal gland that told my body, oh my God, he's injured, he's had trauma. We got to take away the pain, at least for a minute, a little while. And that's what it does. So you can imagine if you harvested that same compound from the adrenal gland of a child that has been scared practically to death, what you're going to get from the blood and what are you going to get from the adrenal gland itself. And people, I'm not talking Pizzagate. I'm not talking Pedogate. I'm talking the truth.
Yeah.
I'm talking 800,000 kids go missing every year, and they're never seen again. I'm going to tell you that there are pedophile groups and there are pedivore groups all across this nation, all across the world. They've been connected for decades and thousands of years, actually. They're all connected into a group of the Ninth Circle, the Ninth Satanic Circle, and they abuse children. They hunt them down. They devour them. They cut off the little boys' penises and hang them on the wall as a trophy. People, this is what the elite in the world do. I'm talking about the Rothschilds, the Smithfields, the Windsors. You know, I'm talking the Morgans. People, I'm not trying to feed you a line of crap. I'm trying to explain to you that there are people in this world, such as Tom Hanks and many others. And speaking of Tom Hanks, we'll get on him in a minute, that pedophile.
Yeah.
He's a known pedophile. And here he is hiding out in Brazil or Argentina or wherever he's at. But the fact of the matter is we have a problem in this country with the elite being so bored. They've done everything that they can do. They can't play football, basketball. They can't be a sports, icon. They've done things in their life because they're physically inept to do anything. Take a look at Hillary Clinton. She couldn't walk a mile, let alone run a quarter of a mile. But yet she's kept alive by this adrenochrome.
Watch when Hillary has her little fits, like she's having an epileptic seizure. That is an addiction to adrenochrome, right there.
Yes,
that's what it does to you. Conspiracy theory or not, I will not show the pictures. Bobby's seen it, but I do have a picture of that
Maria Abramovich.
Yeah, that being done.
Lady Gaga.
And lo and behold, Lady Gaga has coronavirus.
Isn't that funny?
Now, the information that I've been finding is that...
Well, let's get back to that picture before you go too far. Let's not forget that.
Okay.
What that picture was. And I have it, and I'm not going to show it either.
Yeah, no, you don't.
But it plainly shows a human body laying in looked like a coffin type box full of blood. And they were dipping spoonfuls and drinking. People, if you think this ain't happening, my Lord, you're going to be so woke when this stuff is all over that you may not ever come back to sanity again. Because you've got to open your eyes. You've got to see the truth and the evil that permeates our society. And I'm not talking just about Democrats, right, John? We're not just talking Democrats. We're talking about people.
Yes.
Both parties. This goes beyond politics, people. Far beyond politics.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It really is. It's in an entire cult, and there is a lot of them. And ironically, a lot of these people that are involved in these cults are also involved with like child rescue, protecting endangered children, CPS, DPS type situations. It's unbelievable.
All right, while we're talking about this, we might as well get a little bit deeper into it, and let's talk about abortion and how that's connected.
Yeah, hang on. Let me do this first, Bobby.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I got so much. So this Jimmy Comet, this guy named Jimmy Comet, okay? This guy is unbelievable. He has, hang on one second. Bobby, explain. He's got the pizza place.
He has ping pong pizza.
Ping pong pizza.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a picture of him holding an infant. He's wearing a yellow beaded necklace that's around his neck and the child's neck. Okay. Yellow they're called sex bracelets, and there's different colors for different things.
Yes,
I'm not going to tell you what the yellow's for.
I understand. But
Jimmy
no, you need to tell us.
All right. Yellow is, they call it hug, but an alternative meaning is analingus. They're into anal with
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Jimmy Comet right in his Twitter account, #chicken lovers.
Okay, let's start right there. And I'm going to get right down to the very basics. Chicken lovers and spirit cookings are of the same thing. A child who is going to be sacrificed is known as the chicken. Right?
Yep.
And you think these people don't do this? You think these people never do this, that it never happens in our society? You don't think that there's covens and underground and basement dwellers who do this stuff? And those same people are the same ones that are walking our street claiming to be the leaders of our country.
Exactly. Now, this is part of this drop, and this blew my mind when I read this. This is from Cheryl Mills.
Oh my goodness, Cheryl Mills, the chief of staff of Hillary Clinton.
Exactly. This is what she wrote. This is unclassified now from the State Department. It said, with fingers crossed, the old rabbit's foot out of the box in the attic. The white rabbit. All right. The white rabbit goes back to child sacrifice adrenochrome.
Yes.
I will be sacrificing a chicken.
A child.
In the backyard to Moloch.
To Molech. All right, and now you've reached another one of my expertise. Molech, in case you don't know, was a Canaanite idol. It was a bronze statue of a man with a head of a bull and hands outstretched. And they would put a fire under this statue and they would heat it to where it was glowing red. And they would lay a newborn baby in the hands of Molech, and they would sing and blow flutes and beat drums to drown out the sound of the infant crying. Now, this is what Molech was.
Screaming.
A lot of people want to tie abortion to Molech. I can find that connection myself, but I'm not going there tonight because that's a different topic. So we're going to stay on topic, John, and let's just continue on with this.
Yeah. I'm going to pass on that one. That one of that woman there that's dead on the bed, that photo that I got.
Yeah, and that'd be a good idea. That is pretty gross.
It is. It is. Yeah, I got into some deep stuff last night. It's crazy. But yeah, these people are sick. Literally sick. So anyways, back to the adrenochrome. What they're finding out is China, who we know does they're basically doing organ farms.
Organ harvesting, yes, they do. Sure do.
Yes. Well, a batch of adrenochrome from China is toxic with the coronavirus.
Could that possibly have anything to do with all of these elite and Hollywood and people like that? You know, these people, once you start on adrenochrome, I'm going to tell you, people, I've heard it and I've read it. It's one of the most powerful drugs that's ever been known to man. And it's natural. You take one dose and you crave more, and you crave more, and you crave more. You can't kill that many children. So what do? You go to China, to where they routinely can murder millions of children every day and get away with it, and harvest their adrenochrome, synthesize it, put it into a vial, ship it to the United States, and sell it to you. And now You've used that adrenochrome, and guess what? It's tainted.
Yes.
So now we have all of these red dots popping up all over the world, and it's the home of the elite and the rich and famous.
And the ironic thing is the information that I'm getting. Oh, it's back. Bobby, my thing just came back, the one that I was missing.
Oh, cool, man. We need that one.
Just so you know, people, they have been screwing with me. And my information on my computer has been disappearing. Bad.
Yeah, John and I went through a couple of hours going over some stuff, and then right before we came live, we went to go over it again, and it was gone.
It was gone. They've been screwing. So, where was I? The adrenochrome. Okay. Yeah. So I found a drop that said, basically what they're saying is somebody's tipping their hand that this was intentional. What better way to find out who these people are than to affect them? And blood will be drawn, and it is pure say evidence right there.
Well, John, you haven't even told me that yet, so this is news to me. First thing I thought of when you said that was how smart President Trump really is.
And it's not just President Trump.
No, it's not.
It's not just President Trump. And I hinted at it the other day, and I'm going to drop you guys another hint, and it's going to blow your minds. If I can get this to come up, it literally is going to blow your minds. Hang on. So anyways, yes, the adrenochrome that came from China happened to come from Wuhan. I came across a drop the other day that talked about follow the white rabbit, and it mentioned Wuhan, and I couldn't understand why until I pieced it together, and that is what they're referring to. Watch the elites. The elites are getting sick. If you notice, Ellen DeGeneres, her show is off the air for a while. Ellen's got it. Jimmy Kimmel, all these talk shows, all these liberal talk shows, all these people that say we're idiots and conspiracy theorists, watch. Their shows are going off the air just in case, because
going off the air, or they have guests for an indefinite period of time hosting for them. Yeah, you're right.
I have a list of names of people that either have it or are going to have the coronavirus, and it'll blow your mind. It will literally blow your mind. Big names that we know. So watch the news. Everybody's going to have the coronavirus. One other thing too, watch the news and see if Justin Trudeau doesn't come down with a coronavirus.
Well, his wife already has it.
Okay, but it's a tip of the hat. If he comes down with the coronavirus, he's on American soil, and I'll leave it at that. The scuttlebutt I got this morning is they hit his house at 4:30 this morning, and he was served with indictments.
But he wasn't arrested.
Yes.
I saw him live. Supposedly he was live this morning making a having a news conference. So, but I said supposedly.
Silly boy. silly boy.
Hey, I got to play the devil's advocate here.
All right, here. Bill C. Trudeau has it, I just heard. Is that legit?
Yeah, come on there, Phil. If that's the truth, give it to us. Say, yeah, it's the truth.
Let us know. If it is, he's got it. Trudeau disappeared. DM the mod.
All right. Thank you, DM.
There you go.
And his wife. Okay.
They hit. I didn't say anything because I hadn't had a chance to confirm it, but I got that early this morning. Like I said, I've been up.
Like I say, when you told me that first thing this morning, first thing I did was went online and I was looking for Trudeau,
Yep.
And they had him out there on saying it was live.
Yep.
And he was talking, but it wasn't him
No.
talking.
Donnie Newman, yes. Yes. That's what I was getting to next. The laboratory in China where the coronavirus comes from is owned by George Soros.
And how long have we not heard that name?
Think of that, people. Think about that.
I love you, DN. Thank you so much. You're doing a great job, and you're a deep diver.
Yep. DM, yes. The media was instructed up there to tell the people that Trudeau had the virus and they were going into quarantine for a while. And if they did that, that was our tip off that he is in custody in the United States.
Cool. I'm telling you, I'm hoping we might as well go there. We haven't been there yet, John. We might as well just go ahead and go there. And we might as well talk about what we think is going to happen in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yep. Bobby,
you might as well just put it out there and y'all deal with it the way you want to.
All right, Bobby, you seen Macron this morning. You didn't see Trudeau. Macron was on this morning.
I also have Trudeau. He's got a little bit of a beard even. But yeah, I saw Macron as well. But yeah, the video that I saw of Trudeau this morning, he had a mustache and a manicured beard.
Yep.
So, and I haven't ever seen him like that before. So I didn't pay that much attention to it. I just, saw him in front of a microphone.
Yep. Mary Willis, Bill Gates and his wife do own the patent to the coronavirus. Yes, they do. We have proof of that. I can't get this thing. I've got it back on the screen, but I can't get it to open up. These guys are just literally screwing with me. They really are. All right. Let me, it's going to kind of blow everything off proportion. The other day I said to people, all right, when will the bird sing? When will the bird sing? The bird will sing after the storm. Okay?
They always do.
Who's the bird? JFK Jr. was given the name Lark when his daddy was the president. Lark being the bird.
I know where you're going with this.
I got another drop. It says, the morning sun brings the heat. Think about this. Trump has said that it was going to be a hot summer. It was going to be a humid spring and a hot summer. Morning sun brings the heat. I am not saying M-O-R-N-I-N-G. I am saying M-O-U-R-N-I-N-G. And I'm not saying S-U-N. I'm saying S-O-N.
All right, let's stop it right there and let's let everybody get a picture in their head. Does anybody remember the picture of John when he was just a little kid and his father's casket was rolling by and he saluted? Do you remember that? That's what we're talking about here.
His picture, that picture is over that statement. Morning sun brings the heat.
He was mourning his father.
Yes. The heat is DJT.
That's what the thing actually read even back then.
DJT being Donald John Trump.
That's right.
Now, John and Trump were very tight from years back. I got a lot of pictures of those guys.
Yeah, they were.
So,
they were tight.
Donnie, your wish, I think, is going to be true. I really do. I also think that John is Q.
I have leaned that way. I could see it. I could easily see that.
Yep, exactly, Mary. Morning sun brings the heat. When will the bird sing?
After the storm.
The storm.
Storm is upon us right now, people. We just don't realize it.
Yes.
And there's probably, in my thinking, I'm thinking as this progresses over the next 72 hours, we may start seeing disruptions in our own lives.
Yes, we will.
in order for these arrests to be carried out. But I'm hoping that it's all started. I hope it has began.
Bear with me, people. I'm trying to get this up.
Yeah, you're right. He may not be QDM. He may be part of it.
He may.
I don't think Q is just one person. I really
not.
don't.
But he is definitely involved in it. Now,
Pete wanted the drop number on that if you had it.
I can't get the thing to come up to full screen. That's the one that keeps disappearing.
Okay.
All those drops that I had are the ones that keep disappearing. Listen to this, people. COVID-19 virus movie is a script narrative designed to justify closed borders and inspire citizens to stay home, while upwards to 500,000 arrests, 158,000 plus sealed indictments, which we knew about,
came from Uber in Minnesota,
will take place in the USA in greater numbers worldwide for horrendous crimes to humanity. Humanity. Thank you. I'm tired, people. Bear with me. And corruptions related to human sex and child trafficking, a depopulation agenda by globalists. That's in there, so they're going after all them. Illegal organ harvesting.
China.
Adrenochrome.
Yes.
Opiate fentanyl epidemic linked to China and Britain and other nations. Implementing espionage plans for the USA. This is a military operation that is being modeled after Sun Tzu warfare.
Sun Tzu, yeah.
The military and the Trump administration is pivoting against deep state tactics as a strategy that will have the lowest negative impact to innocent citizens while freeing the world from decades of brainwashing and mass evil operations that operate a $150 billion a year child trafficking network by deep state. Over 800,000 children in the U.S. and 8 million globally go missing annually.
Every year.
Trump and the White Hat military alliance is ending this evil cover-up by the fake news. The storm is here. This is the Great Awakening. This is it.
I buy that 100%. And I'm going to tell you, we may not have a lot of people in here, but the people that are in here need to hear this. And I'm going to put it right now. I'm going to write it across my forehead that I'll make this prediction. I'm making the prediction that we are fixing to see things happen in America and the world that we never dreamed we would ever see. We are going to be amazed. I see great things happening in a short period of time. But in order to get to that end, there's going to be discomfort, and there's going to be some strife and some troubles for people who aren't prepared. But it has to happen in order for us to get a clean slate and to start again. I expect to see no IRS, no Federal Reserve.
We are going
a totally different Congress.
We are going to the gold standard.
Yeah, and once you go to the gold standard, everything changes. We might go back 100 years in some areas, but it's something that's going to happen. It's inevitable.
Let me put this out there for everybody that's worried. They're starting to see the military show up. Okay. And I know
right quick. Charity said she's seeing all kinds of that kind of stuff up there in New York.
I'm getting video of literally trains with an enormous amount of military equipment coming into the U.S. The federal government to control and oversee grocery distribution with private sector partnerships. What it is, the military is going to be protecting the warehouses where all our food supplies are. And they are actually going to be doing escorts for the Trucking Association to get the food safely to the stores because they're concerned about interruptions.
And the reason for that is this. They know that if the trucking companies don't go into these areas to deliver, they know that the military is not equipped or have the expertise to make these deliveries on time and to keep things stopped. So now they're going to say, okay, because the truckers initially said, we're not going there. But now they have protection. They say, okay, you're going. But that's because the truckers are truckers. That's what they do. They deliver the goods. The military is not capable of satisfactorily taking over for the trucking industry. Do you understand what I'm saying there? The military is not a trucking organization, and they don't really understand food distribution like
Bill,
normal distributors do.
Bill C, yes, it's that bad.
It will be. Yes.
They're warning us to be alert. There's going to be red flags. The deep state that's still out and about is going to try to drop some red flags. What better way than to destroy all our food and make us suffer? That's how bad it is.
That's right. That's why Trump said the other day, everybody needs 2 weeks worth of food.
Yeah, at least. Now, let me say this. This is another one I got. 3/16, March 16.
Yep.
Local events to be canceled because of coronavirus. 3/23, U.S. will go into CB quarantine, 3 weeks. That'll bring us to what? Middle of April.
About April 11th or 12th, yeah.
There you go. Again, the 10th, 11th, 12th. Those are the numbers that we keep bringing up. Shortly after, martial law will be declared. CB is a White House op and not a real threat. Coronavirus is CB, folks. Sorry.
Right.
Think about that. Okay. 7 trumpets. 7 presidential emergency texts. All right. 3:30, U.S. will return to gold standard. That is extremely important, people.
Yeah, he's already said he was going to return to the gold standard.
Yes. Right now, while all this is going down and these arrests are going down, he is destroying the Federal Reserve. Obviously, the Federal Reserve is nervous because look at what they just did to their rates, and it still ain't going to save them. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Trump is abolishing the IRS. And he's going after the Federal Reserve, and they will be a thing of the past. We are going back to the gold standard. Okay? So 3:30, U.S. will return to the gold standard. 4/12, first major arrest predicted on U.S. soil by Q will be BHO.
Barack Hussein Obama.
This will start to awaken mass public. Social media will be significantly disrupted. Think about that, people.
And here's the thing. We don't have to wait 6 months to find out if this is real.
No, we don't.
We've just got a few days and we'll know for real.
When this goes down, people, Trump is going to be using the emergency broadcast system. So the news media cannot bend this, twist this, BS this any way possible. He is going to take over the airways and get out exactly what's going on so the people are aware. It's coming. So when you guys hear that alert, listen up. They will let you know what's going on. Okay?
And if you don't have anything to hide, you have nothing to worry about.
That's right.
Hey, Deidre, how you doing?
Think about this too. We're going to go back a little bit. Okay. Executive Order 11-110. This goes back a ways. And I'm trying to put this all together. 5 months before his assassination, President John F. Kennedy issued this executive order that would give Americans currency back to the people by printing money based on a silver standard to take away the power that the Federal Reserve banking cartel had. Many argued that this was the biggest reason JFK was murdered.
That, and he also wanted to go back to the gold standard if he could. But yeah, it was that was.
But think about this.
I've heard that many times.
History is repeating itself. And what name keeps popping up? John.
John Jr.
Do you people see the picture coming together now? It's all coming together. They're giving us tips. When you start breaking this down and putting this puzzle together, it'll blow your mind. And that's, like I said, that's why I haven't slept in a while. Because once you get into this, you can't stop. Think about this, okay? Thanks to the coronavirus, gas will be down below $2 a gallon.
Whoa, got to stop you right there. Gas in Georgia is at $1.98.
Yep.
First time in years.
Sub
Go ahead.
Sub 3% home mortgages. First time in years. We get to dismantle the Chinese supply chain. All trafficking routes are halted, which means sex trafficking.
Exactly.
Bad guys can't plea easily. There it is in a nutshell, people.
That's all right, because we're going to shut down all domestic air travel. And so they can't escape in their Lear jets anymore.
Yep. Just so everybody knows, this was released when Bobby and I were talking earlier. David and Victoria Beckham now have the coronavirus.
Hey, Tactical Tech, how you doing, buddy? Defend the Faith, Mark Miller, DM, Deidre, Jane. Good to see y'all here, man. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Another thing is, we have 30,000 military that are on the ground over in Europe.
Yes.
I got an aerial view of heavy amounts of military equipment, and not one soldier is wearing a mask. Think about that.
Yeah. Well, why would you send 30,000 troops into harm's way and not give them gas masks?
Rob Call.
There's no crisis.
Right. Rob Call. What I don't get is if people can figure out the drops, won't that tip off the enemy? Yes, and that's what they want. There's a drop of Trump playing a violin. Okay? And what it is a tease. He's stringing them along.
Yeah.
He's playing them like a fiddle. Ever hear that term?
Yep.
Playing them like a fiddle? He's doing it intentionally. It's psychological ops. Think about this. But these people are so into what they're doing that even though they know they're coming after them, they just continue to do it because they can't stop themselves. And they got nowheres to run. Plain and simple.
Exactly.
So, yes, it will tip them off, and that's what Trump wants.
Wow.
But then again, think about this. These are the same people that can't figure out what bathroom to use correctly. So I'm really not worried about them figuring out Q drops.
Well, Q drops aren't, it does take a little bit of thinking, but.
Philip brought up a good point. Nero was fiddling when Rome burned.
That's the story I heard.
History repeats itself.
Actually, I thought it was going to be Obama was fiddling when America burned, but.
All right. Now, I want you guys to listen to this closely. We talked about adrenochrome. Okay. Guilt by association. Let me, before I even say it, the picture shows a wad of 20s dipped in blood. Guilt by association. Imagine if coronavirus is the bioweapon equivalent of an exploding ink pack, dye pack from a bank. Okay? So even if you didn't rob the bank, but you still have the dye on you, you're guilty by association. All right?
Okay.
Perhaps there's only one way you could possibly catch the virus. What better way to self-identify? What they're saying, now think about this, people, for a minute. What they're saying, what better way to self-identify is the people that are into the adrenochrome and doing these rituals will have the virus in their system.
Sure, because they're getting tainted adrenochrome.
They're getting tainted adrenochrome.
Right.
So ask yourself, what are the chances that this isn't intentional? It says it right there. They are tipping their hand to all of us right there. Perhaps there's only one way you could possibly catch the virus. What better way to self-identify?
Makes sense to me. But then again, stop and think. What about all these countries that Trump has visited in the last couple of years, and all these summits and these private meetings? Who to say they didn't set all of this up for the big takedown? Because America, to be honest with you, it was not America any longer until he became president. America was on its way down the tubes.
This is
thanks to Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah, Clinton's. This is worldwide,
Yeah.
people. You need to understand the judicial system. You can't just go over to a foreign country and pick somebody up and bring them back. That's kidnapping.
That's true. That's true.
So you have to have pre-agreements with all these countries.
Yes.
Prior to doing this.
For extradition, yes.
So think about it. Trump went to China. Trump went to North Korea. Trump went to South Korea. He's been to Italy. He's been all over the place.
He's been all over Europe.
So think about that.
The only place he hasn't been is to Russia, but you've had Russian diplomats here.
Right.
So actually, the president of Russia came here, who is not Vladimir Putin. Tchaikovsky or somebody like that. But anyway, yeah, he was here too. So Trump's seen them all. He's met with them all.
So there's an enormous amount going on. Now, one closer to me, and Bobby talked about him yesterday, is our old boy Gillum from Florida.
Oh my God!
Having the gay sex orgy. This was brought up that 9 law enforcement officials, including 3 captains, responded to the Gillum incident. He wasn't arrested. They never said where the dope went. And now Gillum all of a sudden is stepping back from politics and going into rehab. What a coincidence.
Okay.
When all this stuff is going on.
Okay, John, you were the law enforcement officer, so you know this better than I. But what happened there was you had Gillum, who ran for governor of Florida, in a hotel room with a gay porn star, or self-admitted gay porn star, with meth on the table. But nobody was charged. Nobody went to jail. The meth disappeared, and now he's in rehab. So that makes it okay. So you can be a politician, you can be a governor or running for governor, and you can have these little snafus with your gay lover, meth addicted freak.
Not in my world, and that's why I'm not in law enforcement anymore.
Well, you see, that's what I'm saying, though, but that's what they expect us to accept.
They would all been locked up. But now it gets interesting. Okay? Think about this. It says the presence of such high-ranking law enforcement officials at the scene warrants comments about any contacts between officers and political officials related to the involvement of Andrew Gillum. However, according to media reports, Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber stated, "There does not exist an active investigation surrounding this matter. I have no further comment." Interesting.
Matter closed.
Matter closed.
It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Oops. Wait a minute. There's more. Campaign finance records show that Gelber, who is a Democrat, donated $1,000 to Gillum's Florida gubernatorial campaign. Ta-da. That's why I'm not in law enforcement anymore, because of this BS right here.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, people. I really don't. But when you stop and think about it, how sick that really is. And I mean, can you imagine?
Apparently it is, DM. Yes, DPFX. Yes.
I was fixing to say that there, John. Yeah, Oprah, her Boca Raton property was cleared out, and they excavated the tunnels as well.
Yes.
Under her home. She lived on tell us about that, John. She lived on the St. John's Waterway or something.
She lives on the waterway, and there was tunnels. Do you see a pattern? Epstein Island, tunnels. We keep hearing about tunnels. And now Oprah has a tunnel. Why?
And the tunnels happen to go to the waterway, which leads directly to the ocean.
Right. I read somebody's freaking message, and now I just lost my train of thought. Oh, I have a picture of Tom Hanks looking like hell with Oprah Winfrey on one side of him and her gal pal, Gayle King, who used to be on Channel 3 News in Connecticut.
That's right.
And Trump is holding a notepad saying,
"Thank you, DPFX."
A notepad saying, "I am not allowed to talk." Think about that. And that goes, so that tells me that Oprah Winfrey is very high up in the chain.
Well, you have to imagine
Very high up.
the richest black woman in the world is going to be invited to all of the best parties. And I say that sarcastically, because they want the elite, the powerful, because that's where they get their power from, you see.
Yep.
They don't want you and me, little John Blow, who's living from paycheck to paycheck every month. No, they want the people with money who can finance them and in turn be protected. Evidently, they're protected. They're still walking free.
Yep. I found that drop that I had about the adrenochrome. The adrenochrome produced in the Wuhan facility was infected with a special variant of the mass release coronavirus. Think about that. This particular one was infected with a special variant so they could separate from the people that have the regular coronavirus to these adrenochrome freaks. Those who took the tainted adrenochrome will be blood tested and proven in a court of law that they are taking adrenochrome from the Wuhan lab. Prima facie evidence, people.
Yeah, because when this all goes down, there will be no court system. It will be martial law. It'll be court martials for civilians. Yes. Yes, I believe that's coming. I really do. I believe that's why Trump activated over 1,000 former JAG officials, which are JAG is military lawyers and judges. He reactivated their out of retirement. He reactivated them, and he sent them to Gitmo and across the country to other hotspot locations where they'll be keeping political prisoners.
Yep. Sue Easton, yes, because they've got her house. They've already seized her house. So just real quick, this is a couple people that have the coronavirus. Daniel Sachs Goldman. Okay.
Yes, Goldman Sachs.
From Goldman Sachs, who was the attorney that was trying to drill Trump, has the coronavirus. Lucian Grange, Universal Music CEO. People, look him up. He has the coronavirus. Ironically, he had a 60th birthday party. And apparently now it seems that all the people that went there have the coronavirus.
Oh, isn't that cool? Let's go to a coronavirus party.
And it's all big names. Well, yeah, but it tells you what they were doing. They sacrificed a person, or they were.
Yes, they all shared of the same token. Yeah.
Sophia Trudeau, all right, wife of Canada's Prime Minister, has it. Tom Hanks and his wife. Donovan Mitchell, Utah Jazz player, has it. Rudy Gobert, Utah Jazz player. Now this list is going a lot lot longer now. A couple other players, Nicola Zingaretti, Italian Democratic Party leader, has coronavirus. So, and then it goes into all the people that have been forced resignations as of late. Harvey Weinstein sentenced to 23 years in prison.
He got off easy.
He was originally given 55 years until he
Right.
started to sing like a canary. Okay.
Yeah, they all sing, buddy, after the storm.
Yep. Yeah, another one there. Entire leadership of Caesars Award, which is France's version of the Oscars, has stepped down. The entire leadership has stepped down. And then it's all the other ones: Disney, Bear, MasterCard, Victoria's Secret, Salesforce, Hulu, IBM, MGM Resorts, Harley Davidson, Microsoft. It just goes on and on and on and on.
And it never ends.
All these people are stepping down for a reason, people. Technical Tech. Yes, that name came up to me. LeBron James. Yes. All right. So we got to follow the white rabbit. That's what led me down this hole, was that drop. And that's where I came up with the tainted adrenochrome.
Well, it's all going to go right back to China, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Anybody got questions while I'm looking through some more of this stuff?
Yeah, we got about 4 minutes. If you do have any
that's
questions.
Jesus. We got so much to say. Do not be surprised, people, if Trump doesn't call down the interstate travel ban. Don't freak. It sucks. Trust me, it's going to interfere with something major I have going on in my life. I've been waiting 6 years for, but it is what it is.
And your girlfriend may not get home on time either from up there.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, people. He's telling the truth. Be prepared, because there's a big chance that things are going to happen real fast, and you might be surprised when it does.
All right. This is a drop from Lady Gaga.
Oh, my goodness.
From her own page. Hang on. Freaking people can't leave me the frick alone. From Lady Gaga. Beware, vampires. The blood you choose to suck, choose wisely. It may fill your pores from the inside out with a wicked poison unknown to you. Perhaps you took a bite of flesh you can't handle. Think about that. That was
a known pedivore.
And she has the coronavirus now.
Amazing, isn't it?
Think about that. That was from her page.
You're right, DPFX 99999, and it's happening. It's happening everywhere. The hammers are dropping, people. I mean, you're not seeing the major names yet, but there's a lot of people who went to jail today, and they're going to jail every day. John, tell them about that as you take us out, because we're down to the last couple of minutes.
All right, let me do this real quick. These are the people that are going to come up sick next. Cher, Elton John, Madonna, Tom Cruise, Metallica, Oprah, and many more.
Yep.
Are all taking ill quickly, far quicker than the general population. Could it be the last batch of adrenochrome from China was tainted? This is a tease, folks.
That's the tease. That's it, people. They're laying it out there because, see, these demon rats don't do anything without telling you first what it is. So they know already that they're going to come down with this stuff because they've already partaken of that adrenochrome. Right, John?
Yes.
They're already infected. There's no looking back.
There's no way out of it now. The numbers are going to be huge. It's going to be a while. Like I said, do not worry if they do interstate lockdown. They have to do that to keep them local so they don't have to chase them all over the place.
Right.
It is an inconvenience. Yes, I know. Things are going to get a little tight for us, people, but just hang tight. This is the last thing I'll say real quick. This is a drop. Rest in peace, Mr. President, JFK. Through your wisdom and strength since your tragic death, patriots have planned, installed, and by the grace of God, activated the beam of light light being capitalized. We will forever remember your sacrifice. May you look down from above and continue to guide us as we ring the bell of freedom, all capitalized, and destroy those who wish to sacrifice our children, our way of life, and our world. We, the people, capitalized. Prayer said every single day in the queue. JFK Secret Socialites. Where we go one, we go all.
And just so everybody knows, where we go one, we go all was engraved on the bell of JFK's yacht.
The presidential yacht.
Where we go one, we go all. That came from John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And people, we need to keep remembering he had a son. He's not dead. So hang around. You're going to hear more out of him. We've talked about John before, and we'll talk about him again. But anyway, it's to the point. We've reached our hour. It's always a pleasure, Fight and Defend, to have you on. You're so full of knowledge, and you work so hard. And believe me, as a YouTube creator myself, I know how hard you must work to pull that stuff out. DM the Mod, Mama B, Philip Turner, Tactical Tech, Mark Miller, Rooster Cogburn, Pete the Patriot, DPFX 99999, Sue Eason, Hanging Arizona. Man, thank you so much, Philip Turner, Phil C, Mary Wills. You guys are great. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We'll be back. It was a surprise edition because we had so much information come out today. And information, John, you can tell them it's coming out, changing by the hour.
Yeah, I'll be lucky if I sleep for a few days.
So we'll be back Wednesday night, though.
Yeah, Flynn is going to be pardoned. Watch.
Sure.
He is safe. They're dropping a link. He is safe. He's going to resurface. So isn't a few others. They're going to resurface. Ones that were fired are going to resurface. There's a reason. They are in the background.
Oh, yeah. Just like Jeff Sessions, he's in the background waiting. He's got stuff. People think he was such a loser, but he's a smart man. He did his job and then he got out.
Trust in Sessions, they're saying. But yeah, the names will come to surface soon.
And they will. And there's no way that they've already surfaced, been overlooked, but they're going to come up again.
Yeah. Real quick, people, I'm telling you, don't panic. We are living in incredible times right now. When we get to the other side of this hell, life, is going to be a lot different for everybody.
And it's only going to be a short time.
Yes. My saying is, I am not an extremist. I am getting off the plantation. And when this is done, all of us will be off the plantation.
It'll be a different America that we'll all have to get used to.
Yes, it will. So don't get nervous. They're not coming for your guns. They're not coming for your food. Buckle up. The road's going to get bumpy. Let us do what we need to do. That's it. And sit back and chuckle and remember, all these scumbags try to tell us how to live our lives. And look and see who's going to prison.
Yep, that's what's going to happen, people. And the good thing about it, like I said, is we don't have to wait a year or 6 months for this to happen. It's coming quickly. It's coming probably faster than John and I even anticipate. But by April the 11th, we'll all know the truth.
It's hitting hard and fast. Like I said, it's just my window boxes are about the width of a pencil lead. That's how much stuff I've got. And now I'll get rid of all this and it'll all be filled up in a few hours.
Exactly. Get rid of that and get ready for another day. All right, John. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. And I want to thank Black Matter. Thank you for popping in here. And Mama B and Sue Eason and Mary Wills. Thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you coming on a Monday night. I forgot it wasn't my normal night, but yeah, Monday night, special edition. Thank you for coming. And we'll see you Wednesday night at 8 p.m., Friday night at 8 p.m., Sunday morning at 11 a.m. for Bible study. 8 p.m. Sunday night for Bible stories. So my name's Deplorable Bobby. This is my brother John, Fight and Defend. And together, we're trying to get you the truth and nothing but the truth. So we're going to get out of here. John, do you have any last words?
Yeah, I'm going to go take a nap.
All right, brother. Go take a nap. Get some rest.
Serious people, just go with it. Go with it. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. Don't freak out.
All right. Stay in touch, and we'll do the same, people. Thank you for being here. And we're going to let somebody else go live and get on out of here. So y'all have a good night, and God bless.
Good night, all.